First of all, thank you to WISTA for inviting me to talk about this topic. I'm working with the risk in the Arctic every day, and SARINOR was a very important project that we participated in. This movie was made as a teaser to the project. What can happen? I think the worst case scenario is a big cruise vessel in having an accident in polar areas. Fortunately, this movie showed that it went okay. There are some new technological solutions and aids that are not present being used when we have search and rescue operations, but there are some ideas. We have been talking today about Arctic shipping, and the Arctic Council has divided the Arctic into different search and rescue areas, whereas Norway has one piece of this cake here, and 90% of Norway's maritime zone is located in polar areas. And as you can see on all these blue dots representing ships, 80% of all Arctic maritime activity takes place inside this Norwegian sector. That means maybe 80% of the risk. The AIS data show that more than 1,000 vessels representing more than 60 different flags are yearly in this area, which means this is an international thing that we have to deal with, and this should be covered by international rules and regulations. Will an accident occur? With so many operations and what we know from shipping worldwide, we have to assume that an accident will occur in these areas. The question is, are we prepared? And that's why Maritime Forum Nord initiated this project, the SARINOR. And the vision of this project was that Norway shall be the world leading in planning, coordinating, and executing search and rescue operation at sea in the high north. So we invited the whole industry who are interested in search and rescue to see what can we do to make search and rescue operations in polar areas more efficient. How can we adapt the equipment we use to polar conditions? These are the course of events and the main challenges. So we divided the project into these parts. We have an incident. We start with alerting, search, and rescue. And in parallel with this, we have the challenges related to survival in cold climate, shared situational awareness, how we share data or information about the resources we have available during this operation, and the need for training and skills among all the participants in such operation. And the overall goal here was how can we try to minimize the time it takes from an incident to the people who needs to be rescued are picked up and are safe. Because there are things there are a stepwise way through this, and all these steps take some time, so how can we squeeze this together? I will summarize the main findings of the SARINOR project in two parts. First, you have to survive at the place where the accident takes place. If you become wet during the evacuation, you will never be warm again. Hypothermia is the major challenge, and we have to look into all the things that can protect the people who have abandoned the ship so that they are able to survive until the emergency preparedness resources can come to the place and pick up the people who are then in this accident. We can say that the probability to survive after an accident is the ability to survive at the accident site plus the emergency preparedness we have. So we have to look into both these parts. How can we develop equipment that can protect those who are in an accident? And how can we increase and make the emergency preparedness more efficient? That means we need to have more resources closer to where these operations take place in order to have a shorter time before we can pick up the people in distress. SARINOR was divided into two different projects. The first one was to save the people. And when the last person were picked up, we start SARINOR 2 project, where we are looking to how to protect the environment and the ship and to clean up after this incident. So again, the main goal was to find new products, new methods to make this more efficient and be able to save as many as possible under these tough climate conditions. So I think I leave it there.